All right, defensively for the Cleveland Indians, Pat Tabler at first base, Tony Bernazard at second, Julio Franco the shortstop, and Brooke Jacoby at third base. In left field, Mel Hall, the center fielder Brett Butler, and in right field, Joe Carter. Behind the plate, Andy Allenson, and on the mound, Tom Candiotti. There's Candiotti. He's won one and lost one. And he had a lot of strikeouts against the Yankees, Bill, even though he didn't win that ball game.
Well, he had a knuckleball at the bottom, just dropped out of it. Come up there high and drop right down over the plate. But the Yankees finally caught up with him around the 5th, 6th innings.
And yet the next time out, he pitched a beauty against Baltimore and beat him.
Shut him out.
Shut him out.
So Candiotti against Rickey Henderson. Bottom of the 1st, no score in the game. It'll be Henderson, then Griffey, and then Mattingly. Henderson up to 271 now. He was 2 for 4 last night. He also stole a couple bases last night. He has a dozen on the year. Strike one on Henderson.
Now, what was that? That looked like more like a curve than a knuckleball.
No, that was a knuckler.
Okay, I just said it looked like it now. I wasn't being positive.
Nobody can be with a knuckleballer. That's a foul ball off third. 2 strikes on Henderson.
Now, those first 2 knuckleballs broke the same way. I forget now whether all his knuckleballs break the same.
They seem to. They, at least in Cleveland, they came up and went down.
Yeah,
Just dropped. And he really did a good job the first 4 innings against the Yankees. So it's 0-2 on Henderson. And he's missed it, and he'll go to first base.
Holy cow. Now, that's a strikeout and a... Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Fast ball, huh?
Unless it hit the ground and give him a wild pitch, we'll have to wait and see how Red Foley saw it.
Whoops.
Oh, he should have had that.
Didn't get the tailgate down.
That's right.
So Henderson on at first base. Red might have to go back in the book.
Yeah, this could be a technical call.
Here's Ken Griffey. Griffey batting .341, a home run, 5 runs batted in. Did not play last night. Gary Renicky played left field and made that fine throw to third base to cut down Brooke Jacoby.
Strikeout and a wild pitch. Strikeout.
They're going to call it a strikeout and a wild pitch.
I really don't think that it was a wild pitch. I mean, it was low, but it went underneath the glove. Didn't hit the ground before the glove. And makes it tough on Candiotti because if it runs, that score will be earned. If it were a pass ball, they would not be earned. At least Henderson.
Makes it extra tough on Candiotti with Henderson at first base, and he's throwing that knuckleball.
Got a pretty good move there, White.
Yep.
The old spin job.
Oh!
Whoop.
Almost had him.
Ooh,
Henderson leaning.
He was leaning.
Now all they got to do is throw a pitch out. Of course, Allenson hasn't gotten anybody. He pitched out twice last night. And they missed the runners.
That's right. One he threw high.
Yep.
And one he threw to the side. The
Shortstop side. Yep.
Right. Just tough on the batter, Griffey. Now he steps out. He can get all tensed up there, ready to hit, and 4 times he throws to first base. I wonder if Henderson can see his hand on the ball as he starts to get set. No, he can't.
Home crowds or something.
They are, because Guidry could throw 8 times over there.
That's what I was thinking. Last night, Guidry threw over there time after time. Nobody said anything.
Right. Boy, he wanted to go that time, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
And Griffey had the third baseman, Jacoby, way back.
Did he start to bunt that ball?
Yep. He started to bunt. That brought Jacoby in a little bit. It's 1 ball, no strikes on Griffey. One and one. A final Montreal beat the Cubs 4-2 at Wrigley Field. As we look at Henderson at first base, there are no outs. So the Expos for the Cubbies, 2.
Woo, and Rickey was starting again. It's amazing how he gets back, even though he's leaning towards second.
Had been in Milwaukee, he would have slipped.
Yeah, they really wet that down.
Yep.
Oh, man. Perfect throw there. Almost slid right into the tag. Yeah, they did quite a job in Milwaukee.
Slowing it down.
Yes.
Every place else in the field was like concrete, except that little area where Henderson's leading off from there.
Good footwork by Tabler. Yeah, you can hear the crowd, but really the kid's doing a good job. Rickey cannot get as big a jump or start as he would like.
See Henderson leading the American League with 12 stolen bases. That youngster, the rookie, John Candiotti with the Chicago White Sox, has 8.
He started off strong, but he's having trouble getting on too.
Yeah. 1 and 1 on Griffey. Bernazard, the second baseman, and that's the first out. Henderson back at first base, and here's Don Mattingly, the Yankee first baseman. 1 for 4 with a run batted in last night. Overall, Mattingly at 306. No home runs, 12 runs batted in. Yankees winning last night. They have now won 11 and lost 4. They're in first place in the American League East. The Tigers are 8 and 6, 2.5 back. Baltimore and Boston have each won 8 and lost 7. They're 3 back. And the Indians have split 14. They're 7 and 7. They're 7.5 back, 3.5 back. Then the Blue Jays, last year's champions in the East, 6 and 9, 5 back.
Oh, did you see that? Rickey was really going to go that time. If he'd have thrown that time, he'd have had him. He had his legs crossed and everything. Watch this.
Whoops. You got to have quick feet in this game.
Oh, you got to.
1 out.
This could set a record for throwing the first base to the same man trying to get him out. Yep. I think he just tied it there, Jim. 1 more and he'll break the record.
A bit low to Mattingly, ball 1. Mattingly has hit in 6 straight games now. Dave Winfield lost an 8-game hitting streak last night. Willie Randolph extended his to 15 in a row.
Tricky. It is a tricky move.
Mattingly now with making Candiotti wait for him. We're still in the bottom of the first. No score here. Now Henderson's going, and he'll make it easily. Stolen base number 13 for Rickey Henderson. Takes quite a while for that knuckleball to get to the plate.
Look at that. Ties Maury Wills for 18th. That did take a long time. The kid makes a good throw. This is the best throw he's made, even though it's a little high. But Henderson, there he gets. He's going full speed right there.
And he doesn't look either way.
He doesn't look.
Right.
It's not too bad. You got those helmets with that protection on the side, but I have seen runners run with their head down, the hit and run, get creamed.
1-1 on Mattingly. Bernazard at second base. There are 2 outs as Henderson goes to third.
I was hoping he'd give Rickey a chance to steal third.
Number 12.
Then hit that ground ball.
Catcher. Number 12.
Oh, with Henderson at third base, 2 down. Ron Hassey's the batter. Hassey batting .208. No home runs, 4 runs batted in this year. Yankees trying to get on the board first here in the bottom half of the first inning. Just missed inside. That was a slider, not the knuckleball. 1 ball, no strikes on Hassey. Tom Candiotti.
And he's taking no chances, Bill. He's pitching from the stretch position. Oh, man, that was close to a balk. The kid had the presence of mind, though, to step back off the rubber. Rickey almost had him flinching a little bit there.
Two balls, no strikes on Hassey. Candiotti was not on the roster this spring. He simply pitched himself onto the ball club and also into the starting rotation. As Tony Bernazard now is going to sort of slow him down. He's saying, don't pay attention to Henderson. He isn't going anywhere. Try to get Hassey out.
That's right. Rickey's not going to try and steal the base. But in the event of a knuckleball that gets away a little bit, he might try to score. But Bernazard had the right idea.
2 balls, no strikes on Hassey. And that's 3-0. No, Candiotti's ball isn't dropping here like it did in Cleveland.
No.
Dave Winfield on deck. And that's ball 4. Ron Hassey walks. The Yankees have runners at first base. That's Hassey, and at third base, Rickey Henderson with 2 outs.
Now, does that mean, White, that he'd rather pitch to Winfield because he didn't throw anything close to a strike to Hassey?
No, I don't think that would be the case. Knuckleball doesn't make any difference. It's going to knuckle up there anyway. Neither one of them. Well, Hassey batting .208, Winfield at .228.
I think Dave would have more trouble with that big swing of his on a knuckleball.
Right now, he's trying to dig him a trench. Look at that. That back foot.
Yeah.
He's anchored in there. Winfield at .228, 1 home run, 8 runs batted in.
Oh.
And that's a ball. This is what happens with knuckleballers. Now, we saw him in Cleveland. He pitched a good game, 4 or 5 innings. Then he shut out Boston. And all of a sudden, he can't find the plate.
Yeah.
Probably atmospheric conditions.
Could be. We've heard that before.
Yeah.
I think it was Baltimore he shut out, wasn't it?
Was it Baltimore? Let me look in here. Anyway, it's 2 balls, no strikes on Dave Winfield. Yeah, beat him 7-0.
Okay.
Last Monday night at Cleveland. Struck out 10. And that's 3 balls, no strikes on Dave Winfield. Well, I tell you, you get a guy in this position, knuckleball, you figure he's going to throw that little low slider. And you like to give your batter the green light, but Winfield doesn't like to swing at 3-0.
That's right. He'll take it right down Broadway.
Three balls, no strikes on Dave Winfield. Runners at first and third, 2 outs. Was that a slider or the knuckleball?
No, that was a slider, but he didn't give in.
Well, it's 3-1. It's going to be a fastball inside, isn't it? No, little knuckleball. It's too low, and the bases are loaded. So the Yankees have loaded the bases up on Tom Candiotti and the Cleveland Indians here in the bottom of the first inning. They have 2 outs, and Mike Easler is the batter.
He actually got the first 3 hitters out, but the wild pitch allowing Henderson to get on the strikeout.
Easler batting .238, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. That's a strike. Easter's been up 42 times, has 10 base hits. One and one. Time call now. Jack Aker, the pitching coach, walking slowly out toward the mound. He wants a time call, and he wants a catcher out there with him.
All right, while they're going out there, try to settle a young man down. A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and WPIX, intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game, or any segment thereof without the express written consent of the New York Yankees is prohibited. Now, with a knuckleball pitcher, I don't think they count pitches, Bill, do you? Because he's going to throw an awful lot of pitches during the course of any game.
I don't know. We'll have to ask Jim Cott.
He's not knuckle. That's one pitch Cott didn't have.
Yeah, but he was a coach, pitching coach.
Oh, that's right.
With the Cincinnati Reds. I don't think they had any knuckleballers over there, though. 1 and 1 on Easler. And Candiotti works out of trouble. Easler bouncing out 4-3 for the Yankees in the first. No runs, no hits, 3 men left on base. And at the end of 1, the Yankees nothing, the Indians nothing. All right, Scooter. Mike Pagliarulo leads off here against Tom Candiotti, playing the bottom of the second with the Cleveland Indians leading 1-0. And a strike. Pagliarulo batting at 163, 2 home runs, 6 runs batted in. He'll be followed by Willie Randolph and then Bobby Meacham as we're at the bottom third of the Yankee batting order. 1 and 1. Yankees loaded the bases up in the first inning off Candiotti. Henderson struck out, but when the ball got through the catcher, Andy Allenson, he went on the first base. Set today in 1967. Whitey Ford.
I didn't get all that. That was on there so quickly. Anyway, he beat Tommy John. There it is. Yep, on this day in '67.
That's a foul ball. Victory number 236.
Yep.
And his last?
His last.
2 balls, 2 strikes on Pagliarulo.
Jimmy Hunter said his last 2 wins of his career were over Tommy John when Tommy was in the American League before he had the operation.
Where is Tommy John, by the way?
Well, last I heard, he was down in Hollywood, and he was what do they call that?
Call?
Yeah, what do they call that insurance? What do they call that, Cotton?
Rehab.
You're there for some kind of insurance.
Rehabilitation.
Rehabilitation.
3-2. And ball 4 just missed high. Pagliarulo walks. That's the third walk given up by Candiotti. And here's Willie Randolph, who made a fine grab of a line drive off the bat of Bernazard to get Niekro out of trouble at the top of this inning. And here it is again. There's Bernazard ripping that ball to Randolph's right. So Willie Randolph working on a 15-game hitting streak. 1 for 4 last night. Got an infield hit. He's batting at .328. He has no home runs this year. 6 runs batted in. White Sox lead the Tigers 1-0 in the third. Right here, the Indians lead the Yankees 1-0 in the second. A 1-1 on Randolph. The Indian run scoring on a passed ball. Thornton scoring from third base. Now time is called. One ball, one strike on Randolph. That's the right fielder, Joe Carter, almost overran that ball.
Oh, boy, he hit that ball hard. For a second, looked like it was going to drop in, then looked like it was going to go over his head.
Well, Carter, I don't think he's going to win a Gold Glove this year.
Nope. No, Willie went with that beautifully. He comes running in now, Cotton. You see how he has to leap.
Oh, that's the first out here in the second, and the batter now is Bobby Meacham, the Yankee shortstop. He's batting .234 with the run batted in. Strike one. Meacham played all last year for the Yankees, played parts of 83 and 84. Came into this year with a lifetime batting average of .233 in the big leagues. As we look at Rulo at the first base, he's not a threat to steal, but you can never tell about Lou Piniella.
Now he might try to hit and run with him. Plus he let Hasse go in Kansas City.
There's one. I don't know if he touched up at second base, but they do turn the double play. 1-6-3. Looks like Franco might have skipped over the bag. No runs, no hits, nobody left. At the end of two, Cleveland won, the Yankees nothing.
All right, the Yankees need one to tie. And they got the men coming up. Henderson, Griffey, and Mattingly, Bill.
Well, Henderson struck out in the first inning, but when the ball got away from Andy Allenson, Candiotti given a wild pitch. He went to first base, stole second, but was left stranded there. As the Yankees left the bases loaded in the first inning against Tom Candiotti. So here's Henderson batting for the second time in the game. Toronto playing at Baltimore, no score there in the second. In the fourth now, Chicago 2, Detroit nothing. And right here, as Phil mentioned, 1-0 Indians in the third. A lot of stars getting hurt.
Oh,
Mike
boy.
Boddicker with the Baltimore Orioles, Mario Guerrero with the Dodgers.
Gibson we mentioned with the Tigers.
Yep. That's low, 2-0. Candiotti's walked 3, struck out 1. Two balls and a strike on Henderson.
Allenson does a pretty good job of pulling the ball. Rickey didn't believe that, but
he has said he will not talk to umpires anymore on balls and strikes.
It's a good idea because you can't win anyway. Give him a look. Ooh.
2-2. Straightaway center, and Brett Butler's out there. 1 out. And the batter now is Ken Griffey. He popped to second in the first inning. Well, Rizzuto, any surprises so far this year in the standings?
Yes, I think it's quite a bit of surprise in the standings. That Houston, well, in the National League, Houston is definitely a surprise. And in the American League
Giants,
East,
Wade, don't forget the job Roger Craig's doing early with the
they're tied
Giants.
for first. You're right.
Yep.
See, I don't worry about the National League. Actually, I don't even think about them. The only time I think about them is when the All-Star break comes, and then when the playoffs in the World Series arrive. So getting back to the big leagues in the American League, well, out west, Texas is a good surprise. Oh, Texas and Oakland, Bobby Valentine managing at Texas.
1-2 on Griffey. How about this team here that's 4-10 in the American League West?
That is a disappointment, a surprise in reverse. Yes, absolutely.
They've got 2 or 3 pitching coaches, 2 or 3 hitting coaches.
I know that the Hawk really went out and got all the veterans.
It's a fair ball. Tabler will take it himself at first base, and there are 2 outs.
In the East, it's not too much a surprise. Maybe Toronto being 6-9. It's early in the year, though. Actually, if you want to say it's a surprise, the Yankees getting off to this great start, which has been unusual.
Yankees won 11 of 15. Here's Don Mattingly. He's been up once and bounced to second, and he takes the strike. Don't forget that Sunday is Yankee Umbrella Day. All fans receive a Yankee umbrella, compliments of Pepsi-Cola. Into left field, long run for Mel Hall, but he'll get there, and that'll retire the side. 3 up, 3 down. The Scooter and Kitty Cat will take you the rest of the way on a Dodge scoreboard. The score at the end of 3, Cleveland 1, Yankees nothing.
Now we move to the bottom of the 5th after the Yankees pick up 2 unearned runs in the bottom of the 4th. The Indians come right back with 2 unearned of their own to move ahead 3-2. All 5 runs are unearned, and to give you a little idea of how this game has gone, Ron Hasse has 3 pass balls and Joe Niekro 2 wild pitches. Allenson has 2 pass balls, Candiotti 1 wild pitch, both of them knuckleball pitchers, of course, so it is a little more difficult, and each pitcher has walked 5.
No wonder. There's the reason, Jim.
Full moon?
Full moon. All right, Mike Easler. Take that. That's Ken Griffey. And Griffey takes a strike. He thought it was high. Low, 1-1.
I'm sure Joe Niekro breathed a sigh of relief to get Tabler out of there last inning with the bases loaded. He's the one with that fantastic bases loaded batting average, .629 coming into this game.
And ripped down the right field line. It's going to be in for extra base. No, foul ball. Holy cow. There's not that much room down there for the ball to go foul.
Well, he had just enough hook spin on it. The hitters call that top hand. When they get that top hand over the bat and that hook spin on the ball, there you get a look at it. See that ball hooking? And it just lands about a foot foul.
Wow. All right, a ball and 2 strikes on Griffey. It's a short. Franco with that one hand. Boy, I tell you, he cuts the pie. And that Tabler came off that bag a little early. 1 away. Franco will not feed. That ball was right at him.
Well, there you see Lou Piniella walking down.
Yeah,
he's going to have a little word.
I mean, he's going to let Tabler get away with that. He came off that bag.
Now, see, this is a play right here where Lou knows he's not going to win the argument.
No.
What he wants to impress upon Tim Sheeta is that the next time that happens, maybe he'll get the call.
We're going to get a look at it now. the one-hand grab by Franco. And watch Tabler. Oh, boy, I'm telling you, that's the old Gil Hodges play.
And Jim Gentile.
And Jim Gentile. Get another look at it. Franco scoops it up. He's pretty tricky.
They call that the neighborhood play. If your foot's in the neighborhood of that bag, they're going to call him out.
All right.
Same thing at second base on the double play.
Oh, yes, that happens often. That I know. Mattingly's bounced to second, fly to left, hits one deep to center field. Butler back by the fence, leaps. He got it. Holy cow, another foot, and that ball would have been gone. Excellent play by Butler there, Jim. Did not panic. Beautiful play.
Now you get a look at the breaking ball up in the strike zone, and now where Mattingly can extend those arms, and he crushes this ball. Now Butler gets back there, finds the wall, times it perfectly.
It would have been gone. Would have been over the wall. Woo!
Example of the 385 mark versus the 411 mark in left center.
Yep. Hasse has been up twice, walked both times. 2 out, nobody on, and the Indians leading 3-2, bottom of the 5th. Strike 1. Butler. So they do hit the ball hard, but right at the center field, a 3 up, 3 down. At the end of 5, Indians 3 and the Yankees 2.